Okay, we're going live on YouTube. Hello to everybody rewatching this as we are just now going live. Let me quickly share this everywhere and get live on Facebook.com/CoreCarsNews if you haven't joined us there before. Would really appreciate your support. All right, a tweet there. Share it over on the site. Put the breaking news banner up, and we are off. Hope everybody's having a great day. Let me exit out of a few things. There we go. All right, one more thing to close out so I don't tax out the CPU. All right, so hope everybody's having a great day. It's been a busy cord cutting week. Could have been a little bit busier. I hope everybody enjoyed the eclipse. Did anybody get a good front row seat for that? Let us know. And but past that, a lot of locals being added. Let's see here. Here we go. A lot of locals added recently. I gotta switch a. There we go. All right, I had put the wrong link into the page. I put the one to YouTube, to Facebook instead of YouTube, so we fixed that problem. But movie fan, welcome. Trooper, as foretold. Craig, it's good to see you all here. Let me rearrange a few things so I don't have to look quite as far over. All right. Hey, everybody. It's good to see you here. If you're here, say hello. Thomas, Jason, welcome. Good to see you over on Facebook. But let's get this show on the road, shall we? If you have a cord cutting related question, leave it down below, either on Facebook.com/CoreCarsNews or YouTube.com/CoreCarsNews. Those are the two places I'm going to look. I know this link gets shared a lot of places. So Facebook.com/CoreCarsNews and YouTube.com/CoreCarsNews. Robert, Kathy, Tim, Paul, hello. It's good to see you all here. Paul, we don't know. I did a post today about DirecTV Now. They said it's going to come in the next few weeks for CW and CBS, so we'll have to wait and see. All right. So, anybody have questions? Let's get them going. Thomas, Joseph, Gary, good to see you here. In your opinion, what is the best original programming from Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon? I really love Last Chance U on Netflix. That's been my most recent binge. House of Cards is good there too, though I must admit the last season I haven't finished yet. I've just been so busy. The Stephen King drama, 11... Somebody help me out. It's 11.26 something or other. It's the one where the guy goes back in time with the opportunity to prevent the JFK assassination. So that's a good one. And what was the other service? Amazon. I haven't really watched any Amazon originals, so I've just been too busy. Do you know if DirecTV Now will offer Mason, M-A-S-N, soon? I'm not familiar with that station, and I haven't heard them talk about adding it. Hello, Bill? Any new channels coming to Sling TV soon? Not that they've announced. So, Sling TV, PlayStation View, Hulu, all that has made zero announcements about adding any channels. As far as Sling TV adding locals, I don't really plan or expect them to do a lot of that. And here's the reason why. Sling TV is pretty committed to the idea of keeping price low, and you have to pay a lot of money for locals. So if Sling TV just tells you to get an antenna, they can offer a $20 package. You look at PlayStation View, they want to add locals. They raise the price $40 a month at their cheapest price point. You know, that's $20 more than Sling. So it's kind of a balance. You know, Sling says, hey, if you don't want to pay for locals, we're the service for you. Mid-Atlantic Sports Network. Sorry, I don't know when that one's going to come. Okay, it's 11/24/64. 11/24/64 is the Hulu original from Stephen King. Very good show. Very, Highly recommend it. I'm only a few episodes in. Don't spoil it for me. Is DirecTV Now going to offer a Sunday ticket? They could. DirecTV Now has surveyed people about their interest level in a Sunday ticket for DirecTV Now. So completely possible. AT&T has said nothing official about that happening, though. So keep that in mind. I mean, anything is possible. But no one said anything. Jim says, I'm joining the Cord Cutters world this Saturday. So pumped to say goodbye to cable. Well, welcome to the Cord Cutting family there, Jim. No, we don't know when, let me get this right out. We don't know when DirecTV Now is going to add the CW or CBS. I expect it to be no later than in September. It took a Fubo TV about 2 months, give or take a few days, for them to add CBS from the time when they announced it was going to happen. I expect it to be similar for DirecTV Now, and that puts it sometime in September. It's very possible, though, that could be tomorrow. That wouldn't surprise me. Why isn't Nickelodeon, Sling TV, and other Viacoms? I don't know that. Again, it probably comes down to cost. Sling TV wants to keep the price down, and when you want to keep the price down, you gotta make some sacrifices. Do you think Hulu Live TV is coming to their senses and adding Hulu Live TV on the PC? Spencer, that happened today, actually. I got a post spot. If you go to CoreCardsNews.com. Chrome, Firefox, Explorer, IE, and Safari all are supported now. Chrome OS, Windows, and Macs, according to their help page, no Linux support, though. So that happened today. And they say more is coming. I mean, I put a link to it on the site, too. The Roku app is now on their help page. You can go and download the Roku beta and make it start working right now. And it works pretty well, so keep that in mind. Which is better for over-the-air DVR, Tableau, or Channel Master? Tableau does more than the Channel Master. It's a little different than your stock DVR. The Tableau will stream, for instance, outside your home and takes one antenna and streams it to all of your devices in your house, where the Channel Master is more like a traditional streaming player or DVR, where you connect an HDMI cable to it, you connect it to your TV, and that's it. One TV, one DVR. It doesn't stream within your home. So they're both good. Get whichever one you like. Channel Master is a little bit more upfront, but there's no monthly bill. The Tableau does offer a free version where there's no monthly bill, but it does limit some of the features you can get. Pause. Thoughts on Kodi and add-ons? There's nothing wrong with Kodi. I've met the team behind Kodi. Great guys. They're a lot of fun to talk to, and they really love what they do. But most of those add-ons people like are piracy add-ons, and people like them because they can pirate content for free with it. And, that's not something that we promote here. When will the contract expire between USA Network and the WWE? I'm not sure. I've heard some rumors it was this year or next year, but I've also heard rumors that it was like early 2021 or 2020, somewhere in that range. I don't know. That's a good question, Eric. I don't know when the WWE contract with USA Network ends. Looking for a cheaper TiVo. Like the DVR to use an HD antenna, came across HD Home Run. Thoughts? HD Home Run's not bad. You need another device running for it to be a DVR. You need some type of media center, whether that be a PC, a NVIDIA Shield, etc. that's always running to be the DVR. Other options are the Tableau DVR. There is the Channel Master. TiVo actually has I think it's 190 now. I think it used to be 150. I'm not sure. DVR option for cord cutters. So shop around. What would you recommend channel surfers and wanting to record locals? Well, if you want to record locals, the best way to do locals is to buy an antenna, buy a DVR for your home. That is by far the best way to do locals. For channel surfers, for one, try to change your mindset a little bit. Stop thinking about channels. Number one tip for all cord cutters, stop thinking about channels. What you really want to focus on shows. You want to be a show surfer. So find services that give you a ton of shows. Netflix, Hulu, Tubi, Crackle, Amazon, and so on. You can also look at, a live TV streaming service if you really want that. Sling, PlayStation View, DirecTV Now. They all offer free trials. My recommendation is to try them all. The The main holdup I think a lot of people have is they get stuck in this mindset that I'm used to Fox being channel 17, but what they really want is the Fox shows. And for instance, Hulu has Fox shows the next day, and so on. Try to change your mindset and go from there. You mentioned earlier today about ESPN and NHL. You didn't mention how. Ken, I'm not understanding your question. Are you talking about the deal for the that ESPN's new streaming service struck a deal with MLB and NHL Network? Is that what you're asking for? How to access that? If that's the case, the post talks about this more on the website if you want to go back. I did recently reshare it on our Twitter and our Facebook page. But yes, Wall Street Journal is reporting that ESPN's new streaming service, which will launch in 2019, so it's not out yet, it's coming 2019, will include MLB and NHL Network games, that they've struck a deal there. They did not disclose what games will have it and so on. So we'll have to wait and see, but it is important to remember, Wall Street Journal, very credible source, so we'll take this that if the Wall Street Journal says it, it's probably going to happen. But we're going to have to wait until Disney gives us some more details, and they say the service won't come out until 2019, 2018, or 2018 for ESPN and 2019 for Disney. So the ESPN streaming service, 2018 or 2018. So many streaming services, so many dates to keep in your head. I apologize. A lot of people are saying they love their TiVos, they love their two Tableau DVRs. Any Channel Master fans out there? Eric asks, how much does a good antenna cost along with installation? The outdoor antenna, if you want somebody to come to your home and install it, Dish is probably cheaper. Go to airtv.com. They have a little antenna install tab at the top. And for $150, it includes a $100 antenna, an outdoor antenna to either put in your attic or put it outdoors. I put mine in the attic. Costs about $150 to have it, hook it up, install it, do everything for you. Antenna and install. I'm getting some questions about the new Coke. This Coke Zero sugar. So I was a big Coke Zero fan. Yeah, this is actually not bad. Much smoother. There isn't quite the bitter taste that the old Coke Zero had. So there's your non-core cutting tip of the day. It's not bad. Give it a try. It definitely has a different taste for it, and I've kind of grown to really like it. Any info on whether or not PlayStation Vue gets NBC, ABC prior to the NFL season? Well, Scott, I mean, the last 2 days in a row, they've been adding both NBC and ABC stations. It's hard to say. It's kind of interesting, though. It used to be that Sony would wait, and they would say, like, all the channels from this company are all going live today. What seems like happening right now is that Sony and PlayStation Vue are rolling out locals as they're ready. So like 2 or 3 locals will go live today, 5 or 6 tomorrow, and they're not announcing it. And when I ask them about it, they don't comment. They're no longer handing out lists of when channels go live, what channels have been added. So it's a little tough. We're kind of at the point where we just have to progressively go out there and listen to our readers when they tell us something's coming. Sony, communicate with us. We'd love to help you. What do you think Netflix will get into live streaming? Netflix said they won't. Netflix said they don't want to be in live streaming. They're perfectly happy being a video on demand service. I've been having issues with the Hulu Live app on the Roku One. Timothy, my recommendation is upgrade your Roku One. The Roku One is a discontinued Roku player. It is very slow. I mean, even the Roku Express line is faster than the Roku One. My recommendation is if you want live TV streaming services like DirecTV Now, the new Hulu One, is you probably want to get at least a Roku Stick, if not Roku Premiere. They're more powerful apps. They take more processing power, and discontinued, 5-year-old streaming players, while it can do it, it's just a little dated. It's just not quite as powerful. And that's probably what you're running into there. Will TiVo ever come out with a service like Sling TV or DirecTV Now? Probably not. TiVo and Rovi have merged. And I'm a little confused on I think more of Rovi bought TiVo, but it's a merger. And Rovi and TiVo are basically getting 90% into data. For instance, they just sold Roku access to their recommendation system and their back-end data system. So Roku recommendations on their TV and boxes are about to be powered by TiVo. So TiVo and Roku are going to be kind of side by side. With that said, I don't think TiVo is going to get into any live TV streaming. There's even a lot of questions about them continuing in DVR production. It seems like they're more of a patent company, and they're more of a back-end data company now than anything. Thanks, engineer. Always happy to help people become cord cutters. YouTube TV said they're close to launching on other devices. Nope. Okay, there we go. They released a statement saying by the fall. Have you heard anything? George, I posted about that. I think it was last week when it happened. All they said is that they, in a statement to CNET, that they intend to support additional devices. I mean, Roku and Fire TV are fully capable of doing YouTube TV support. They already do YouTube Live. You can watch this stream right now through our YouTube page on your Roku or Fire TV, etc. So it's completely possible. When will it happen? Which device are going to be picked? We're going to have to wait and see. Google is not talking right now. We'll have to wait and see. I would love to get PlayStation View app into my TiVo Romeo. Yeah, it's entirely possible. I think Sling TV, are they on TiVo? Or they? I don't think they are actually. I'm trying to think of any live TV streaming service on the TiVo. I can't think. Somebody help me here. Is there any live TV streaming services on the TiVo at the moment? When will the nation see Comcast stream? Well, two things on that, Eric. First of all, the new Comcast streaming service that's going to come out and take on Sling TV, PlayStation View, etc., is rumored to only be happening inside the Comcast existing footprint. And that's because Comcast intends to use their cable deal to stream locals. And they can only do that inside their current footprint. When that'll happen? Probably in September. They hinted that would be third quarter 2017, and that ends at the end of September. So probably between now and then. What do you think of Hulu Live? I like Hulu Live a lot. I think they're doing a lot of good updates on their app. I wasn't the biggest fan of their app because there were so many clicks to get down to where the channel list is. But they've done some tweaking of the Hulu app recently. If you haven't seen the new Hulu Live app in the last couple weeks, they've made a lot of improvements since they first launched it. So I think they're on the right path. I think they could really step up their game if they continue going down that range. Bill, I'm not sure if the MyBox is going to upgrade to Android 7.0. As best I can tell, there's maybe a new MyBox coming out this fall. We'll have to wait and see. All right. Any news on when, what services will have the new Hallmark drama channel? No. Currently, any of them could, but no one has come forward and said they will carry it yet. But it doesn't come out until October, so we got some time. How do I get Hulu Live on my Roku? Ken, go to cordcuttersnews.com. There's a post right there about them adding browser support. In that post on the homepage about Hulu adding support for browsers is a link to a post that will allow you to walk you through how to install it. It is a beta. Take it with a grain of salt. You will likely see crashes because it's a beta. They don't guarantee it's going to work flawlessly. What do I think about Pluto TV? Jamie asks. Pluto TV, if you don't know, is an excellent free cord cutting service. It takes a ton of content around the web, both free and exclusive deals for Pluto, and puts in one app and one user interface. Kind of looks like a cable guide. They got channels for like sports and news and weather and pop culture, music, design, movies. The list goes on and on. Classics. It puts it all in one spot. And Pluto TV is 100% free. And you can find a ton of great content there. Highly recommend it. What do you think about Decades? I think Decades is a cool show, or channel, excuse me, that shows a bunch of classics that I remember growing up. Cheers, all kinds of stuff is on there. Highly recommend Decades. And they just came out on PlayStation View today. We have a story on cordcuttersnews.com for full details, but all PlayStation View owners, regardless where you live, now have a national feed of Decades. Does the new Tableau have the 3.0 tuner? You know, I'm not sure about that. Tableau did a post on it. I wouldn't worry about that. Don't worry about that right now. Tableau seems to be pretty confident about it. I bought the Clearstream TV and it still works great by the Roku. Yeah, Tim, I've been very happy with the Clearstream TV. I think it's a little pricey. I expect that price to come down. For $150, you can connect it. It's a little streaming stick that's actually just on the other side of this monitor. It's currently plugged into the antenna back there. It's a little streaming stick that will allow you to connect it to any antenna, and then the antenna instantly becomes a Wi-Fi antenna. And you can watch your antenna on any device, that a Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, etc., and stream your antenna to it. It's pretty cool. Is DirecTV Now going making Spanish packages? They haven't said anything about that. I think they're still working on building up their US base, and they'll probably expand. Sling TV is probably the place they want to go. I think of all the Spanish packages I've seen, Sling TV may have the best one. What do you recommend for phone service? Well, if you're looking for a discount cheap service, Straight Talk from Walmart. I had that for a while. I think it's 12 gigabytes of data is the max, 8 or 12, depending on 45 or 55 or whatever they charge. I recently switched to some of the unlimited plans because I use this for work a lot and need that ability to have unlimited data. But I was very happy with Straight Talk. Excellent customer service, good coverage. I used the Verizon SIM card in there and had no problem. We cut our bill by about $70 a month switching over to Straight Talk. Why hasn't Apple gotten a streaming TV service? Well, the streaming TV service is hard, Brian. You look at the companies who are succeeding in it, they're mostly succeeding for one of two reasons. Companies like Dish and DirecTV Now are succeeding because they're able to say, hey, Hallmark Channel, you want to be on Dish, well, you also have to be on Sling, and so forth. And Sony, their Sony Pictures, they have tight relationships with a lot of these ones, and it has allowed them to kind of put pressure on other cable networks to be on there. Apple has none of that, and a lot of industries are kind of scared of Apple. Apple has a reputation of our way or the highway, and I think that's also hurt them recently too. The fact that they've been unwilling to go out there and work with everybody and say, we'll play ball with you. According to all reports, Apple has told several TV companies that, hey, if you're going to do this, you're going to do it our way, or we're not going to do this at all. And I think that's the reason why they haven't got into it. I think Apple has also looked at the profit margins on these. They're not great, and I don't think Apple would be able to come in here at a premium price service, because a stream of your TV show is a stream of your TV show. So I think that's the problem there. Could they in the future? Yeah, but according to CBS CEO, the Apple TV Live TV streaming service is dead. So Hulu Live TV is IP locked, not good for wireless IPs. Yeah, Hulu Live TV is IP, uses your IP to determine your location for locals. You can use Hulu's Live TV streaming service outside your home on mobile devices and so forth. I believe it's the Apple TV's locked down. My Fire TV seems to be much more when I travel with it. I don't know. What is Plex Pass? Plex Pass is just added abilities to your Plex. Go to plex.com and check out the Plex Pass for details there, movie fan. More management, ability to take your content out and about with you. Real quick, ton of new people here. Thank you so much. I think a lot of people are finding us through YouTube today. It's great to have you here. CordCardsNews.com is a site that helps you with your cord cutting desires. Break free from high overpriced cable bills and still watch your shows. If you haven't, follow us over at CordCardsNews.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter or Facebook.com/CordCardsNews. Would really appreciate that. But all day, every day, we're covering the world of cord cutting, helping you get the most out of your cord cutting experience. So if you're new here, post a question. We'll do our best to help you become cord cutters and start saving some money. Any news on A&E adding to a streaming service? No, A&E is on several streaming services right now. If you're looking for one, Rachel, that will stream it to you, go to CordCardsNews.com. There's How to Watch Live TV. Click that button at the very top, and you'll find several services that will offer A&E network to you. I still can't believe DirecTV Now doesn't have the NFL network. They very well may. I know there was a lot of excitement last week because of a chat with a DirecTV Now support person who said it's coming by the end of the week. Well, the end of the week came and went, and NFL Network wasn't there. You gotta take all this with a grain of salt. Best I can tell, DirecTV Now chat support agents get paid by how quickly they get to the next person on the list. So they may say anything and everything is what I'm finding to get you to say, oh, thanks, and then leave. so they can go to the next one. It may not be a per person one, but the performance reviews probably are based off of that from what I can tell. So keep that in mind. You know, take it all with a grain of salt. They could add it tomorrow. They couldn't. No one knows. DirecTV Now hasn't said anything. Is PlayStation Vue IP locked? Yes, PlayStation Vue is the most IP locked of any live TV streaming services. All of them use your IP to determine your local channels. PlayStation Vue is very locked though. You can't take a streaming player outside your house at all. You can if you lock it in with your home network, a mobile device or a tablet, and then travel with it. But you first have to connect it inside your home network and then go with it. Yeah, Bill, you're probably right. Don't believe anything from DirecTV Now until it happens. Just don't trust their Twitter. Don't trust their chat support. It just, yeah. Any news on Discovery, AMC, and Viacom having their own $20 streaming service? There's a lot of talk about that. There's even talk about Discovery now that they're in the process of buying Scripps, which is like HGTV, Travel Channel, the Food Network, etc. Going out there and creating just their own streaming service for like $5-10. So we'll have to wait and see. Very possible. Been a lot of rumblings about that. Recently has calmed down a little bit. And I think that may be because Discovery's been looking at going their own way. So we'll have to wait and see. Any update when Hulu Live I've updated to 60 frames per second? I think a few of their channels are. Not all. I don't know which Hulu Live ones are. Remember, Hulu Live is still a beta service. They're very honest. We're in beta. They're still developing it. They're still rolling it out. They say, we're going to make this happen. So keep that in mind. Has VidGo announced a launch date? So, what, almost a year and a half ago now, VidGo announced that they intend to launch a live TV streaming service. And they would have been the second big one on the market. Since that has happened, PlayStation Vue, DirecTV Now, Fubo, Sling TV expanded, the list goes on and on. But VidGo has kind of vanished. Their website's still there. They're still kind of talking that they're going to launch a live TV streaming service with ESPN and all that kind of stuff, but they haven't said anything. So will it still happen? They seem to think it's going to happen. We'll have to wait and see. I have a friend in Grand Rapids, Michigan, using PlayStation Vue. Detroit, thinking of doing the same. Will it work long term? So PlayStation Vue is notorious for this, where, for instance, on PlayStation Vue, I live down in about 3 hours from Dallas. 2 hours, 3 hours depending on traffic. But for some reason, PlayStation Vue thinks I'm in Dallas and gives me my Dallas locals. It's possible that could continue to happen. It's possible that suddenly they're going to switch that off and you will suddenly get your Grand Rapids locals. I don't know why PlayStation Vue is really bad about determining your location, but I hear that from a lot of people, and I experience it too. I don't know why it jumps past 3 different local stations I have here, and it goes to locals over 3 hours away. So, you gotta love PlayStation Vue. First time viewer. All right, Jamie, welcome. It's good to have you here. Jamie Hall, welcome. TV is best, but TiVo is best, but costs more. I use Tableau. Yeah, TiVo is nice. I mean, it's very polished, very sharp, but there is a premium price to that. Tableau is a great cheaper option. Even the Channel Master is a nice cheaper option because they got no monthly bill on that. All right. If you have any questions, keep them coming. I'm quickly scanning. I've missed a bunch of questions because a ton of people have been asking them. If I missed your question, please re-ask it, and I'll do my best to answer them. Any chance YouTube TV is going to get the HGTV? YouTube TV has hinted they intend to add more locals and more over-the-air TV channels. They recently announced a deal for Sinclair, which I believe includes about 170 local channels will be added as they continue to roll out the service. They haven't said anything about Scripps, which is HDTV. I don't expect that to happen anytime soon because Scripps is in the process of being sold to Discovery. That probably won't happen until Discovery buys them, and then they can make their own deal. So don't expect HDTV or any Scripps-owned channel to be coming to any new streaming services for a little while. Timothy says, I live in New Mexico, and on Hulu I get Dallas locals. Well, that's a big of a jump there. Yeah, it's based off our IP, and they don't seem to do a very good job of it sometimes. Greg, I'm not really sure what the best live TV service for Seattle is, My recommendation is they all offer free trials. Give them a try. See if you like it. You know, try them all. No matter where you live, I always recommend this. Try them all. Sling TV, DirecTV Now, PlayStation Vue, Hulu, they all offer free trials. Give them a try. See if you like it. Mark says, I'm a first-time viewer here. Welcome, Mark. A lot of first-time viewers here today. It's great to see. I have PlayStation Vue, and when my daughter wants to watch in Phoenix, I get an error message saying I need to log in on my home network. What's up with that? So PlayStation Vue is one of the few services that does this, and they very hardcore lock it down to your home network. Sling TV, DirecTV Now, even Hulu is much more forgiving about letting you watch it here and letting you watch it wherever you are. And that's one thing I like about Sling TV, DirecTV Now, and so on, is I travel a lot and I can watch it wherever I am. Because I often travel with a streaming player, so keep that in mind. Do you have to be a DirecTV customer to get NFL Sunday Ticket? Yes, 90% of the time. If you're a student, there's NFL Sunday Ticket student. And if you live in an apartment, there's ways to get it. They do seem to be cracking down on people who try to abuse that system. There used to be a lot of people who would just call up and say, oh, my landlord won't let me install it. And then they would just say, okay, well, we'll give you the streaming version. I've been hearing that they're really cracking down on that. What services do I use personally? Well, just for work, let me just say this real quick, just to be upfront. I have everything. I have every live TV streaming service and a ton of others. Personally, I only subscribe to live TV streaming services really during NFL season. In the past, I've used Sling TV. Being a Big Ten fan, I think I'm going to try DirecTV Now this year for home use because it's got the ESPNs. It's got Big Ten Network. I do wish I had the Pac-12 network. I mean, I have them all. I'm going to use them all. But if I had to pick one, I may get DirecTV Now or Hulu because they have the Big Ten network this year. Past that, I really just use Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon. Plus, I have an antenna running on Tableau DVR in my house. So that, you know, most of the year, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, and my Tableau DVR, about $25 a month for TV. Save a ton of money. Plus, I also use a ton of free services like Crackle and Tubi and Pluto TV, and the list goes on and on. So that's what I use for my home use. And I find that is more than sufficient for me. I've definitely moved so I've been cord cutter for about 5 years now. I've definitely moved from watching it live to prefer to binge watch it. I almost prefer to wait until the show is over and then like ram through it all at once. But that may be me. I find a lot of cord cutters move that way too. That they move from having to watch it live to, I'll just binge watch it this summer. Orange Sports add-on is $5. The blue one is $10. Craig, the reason the blue one in Sling TV costs more is because it has a ton more content. And it has the NFL Red Zone and stuff. And as best I can tell, the NFL Red Zone is one of the biggest costs there. Will PlayStation Vue increase price with OTA channels like decades? Well, they just did. So PlayStation Vue did announce that all PlayStation Vue subscribers will be moving up to the $39.99 base price. When it launched, it was like a $60 service, and they dropped the price a little bit. And then they said, if you got locals, you're going to pay $10 more. If you don't have locals, you're going to pay $29.99. A few months ago, or like a few weeks ago now, a month ago almost, they announced that we are raising the price $10 in every. So there's 210 markets. 203 of them, if I remember right, are seeing a price increase. So pretty much everybody in PlayStation Vue is seeing a price increase. Yes, it's a price increase. I know I'm going to get a PlayStation Vue subscriber say, well, actually, it's not a price increase. Well, when 95% of your subscribers are getting a price increase, it's a price increase, just to get that out of the way. So they announced that, and then ever since that add-on came, they've been rolling out locals left and right. But if you are a current subscriber, you're getting a 3-month grace period. So you got about 2 more months left. In October, some point, your price will go up by $10. My mom is thinking of getting rid of cable and becoming a cord cutter. She found out she's paying twice for locals. Ouch. You know, Christopher, my recommendation for my parents, what I did is, depending on how tech savvy she is and what she wants to do, Roku is a super easy device to use, especially with the quick buttons on the Roku that, you know, you click on Netflix, you click on Sling and so forth. The other device I really recommend is the Air TV. If you could go and get her Sling set up with an antenna, Air TV is really nice. It boots right into the Sling TV menu every time. It has Netflix built into the Sling TV interface. It has your locals and your Sling TV package all right in there. And they just today added a grid guide. So you got a traditional cable-like using interface. It's probably the most cable-like cord cutting experience out there right now. So that's my recommendation. The Weather Network and Weather Channel are both on DirecTV Now. Is it the Weather Network? I thought it was Weather Nation was on DirecTV Now. Maybe I'm confusing it. Somebody help me here. Weather Network is now on DirecTV Now? I thought that was Weather Nation for some reason. Yeah, you know, I was kind of thinking about it. My daughter has never had cable. Part of the reason we cut the cord is because we had a kid and we wanted to cut the bills. Weather Nation is also on there. Weather Nation is on there, Movie Fan says, but Bill says Weather Network is on there. Somebody help me out here. Am I confused? Weather Nation and Weather Network and the Weather Channel are all on DirecTV Now. Am I reading that right? I'll be honest. Keeping all these channels on which streaming service is confusing. I have a cheat sheet I just don't have it in front of me. Yeah, Weather Nation is not a bad channel. I really love Weather Network too. Weather Nation actually had me at one point on their I was on there once to talk a little bit about streaming and why they're a good option for cord cutters. Really nice people. Really nice people. DirecTV Now, Weather Nation. Okay. Cool. Both are on DirecTV Now. I don't know why I didn't know that before. My over-the-air channels are on my Pluto TV and my Instagram TV. Very nice. Yeah, if you have a Roku TV, TCL, Instagram, etc., Pluto TV will pull your locals from your antenna connected to your Roku TV and put them inside Pluto TV. Really cool. Nice grid interface, everything. Weather Nation is on Sling too. Yep. And Weather Network is on Pluto. And Weather Nation has their own Sling TV app. I did know Weather Nation, though, did shut down the stream on their website. So you can no longer watch on their website. And I emailed them about that, and I never heard back what was happening there. It is still free on their apps, and it's on Sling TV and others. So keep that in mind. Sling TV does offer play pause depending on the channel. You can add a DVR feature to it. It does not currently. Their TV does not currently DVR locals. You'll need a separate DVR for that. They could add it. We'll see. It's a very first gen service, still early in its development, but it's a pretty cool one. I have the box for it. You can't really see it, but sitting right up there in the corner is my Air TV box. At the very top right hand, well, your left hand corner, whatever. It's right back there. All right, so questions, comments. I think I missed a couple here. There's so many questions. We got about 300 people here today. It's great to see so many new visitors today. If I didn't answer your question and you have already asked it, please repost your question. I'm gonna do my best to answer it. I'm gonna quickly scan through the comments and the questions to see if I missed anything. While I do that, I'm gonna quickly play an ad over on the apparently I cannot monetize this live stream. Well, I will look over on that. Go to the monetize tab to enable it. All right, well, never mind. I am not going to be posting a commercial here. Usually I play an ad at this point. So let me quickly scan through. Lots of great movies on Pluto TV, that's very sure. Definitely check out. All right. We'll figure that out later. Is there going to be more channels in the market that has 4K HDR? Yeah, more and more 4K and HDR is coming out. Currently it's mostly on demand, but it seems to be rolling out pretty steadily. What do you think about internet providers increasing internet charges because of cord cutters? I'm not really worried about it, Don. 5G internet's rolling out, and that's going to start making it so there's 5, 10, 20 different internet providers in your hometown. And once that happens, that's going to completely change the fact of the competition. And once you get competition, that's going to, here we go. And once you get competition, that's going to lower prices. What we need to do right now is get competition. Have you used multi-view and watch ESPN for the Apple TV? A little bit. I don't really use the Apple TV a ton. I find that it's kind of a, I don't use it in my house. I find my daughter and my wife like the Roku the best. So that is what we use mostly. All right, so any word of DirecTV Now plans to add Sunday tickets? So DirecTV Now, just for, because this is a popular question, has surveyed people to ask about it. And they have said that they're thinking about it basically by the fact that they've surveyed people, but at no time has DirecTV Now come out and publicly stated we intend to do this. All right, so I fixed the monetization thing. Sorry about that. I'm going to quickly play an ad on YouTube, and I'm going to scan through all these comments. There's a lot of them. I'm going to try to make sure I answer as many people's questions as I can. So I'll be back in 15 seconds on YouTube. All right, for everybody on Facebook and the YouTube Red subscribers, yeah, more DirecTV Now streams would be cool. They did survey. They did ask if people would like them to add more ones, but they haven't really mentioned anything past the survey. I tried Sling TV and DirecTV Now. Went back to Dish. I pay about the same. Well, I mean, if you think you're paying the same, I'm not gonna say you're wrong, but I think in the long term on that contract, you'll find that cord cutting is always cheaper. I've never found somebody when I break it all down and we look at the end of the promo rates and everything, cord cutting is always cheaper. Yep, Voodoo is on the Apple TV. We have a post about it. If you go on CoreCardsNews.com, you'll see it a couple pages back now. It is there, and you can now stream Voodoo on your Apple TV. All right, welcome back, everybody, on YouTube. All right, let's dive back into the questions. We got about 20 more minutes, a little less than 20 minutes left here on cord cutting related questions, so keep them coming. All right, does AirTV Locals work without the internet? Yes. From my understanding, yes. AirTV will stream your locals if your internet goes down. You'll just lose access to Netflix and to the ESPN and all those streamed channels on there. And honestly, it's hard to, if you didn't know which ones were streamed and which ones were over there, it's very hard to distinguish the two on the AirTV. They do a really nice job. Robert says, I would love to have Voodoo on the Amazon Fire TV. The issue seems to be more Amazon, and Apple TVs be the same way. They want you to buy your content through Amazon. The Fire TV is sold pretty much at cost or a slight loss, depending on the sale, with the hopes that you'll buy content in the Amazon store. So allowing competitors on there is something they don't want to do. My contract with Verizon ends in March. Count down the days until I can drop cable TV. Well, welcome to the cord cutting soon-to-be world, Thomas. My recommendation for you is run your math. At what point will you get break even on that? For example, when my wife and I got married, she was with AT&T and I was with Verizon. And we kind of discovered that we liked the coverage of Verizon better where we lived. And we realized that when she hit about 6 months left on her contract, if we canceled AT&T, combined over on Verizon, we would actually save money versus paying off the whole, paying through the whole contract, even with the early termination fee. So you may want to look at that too. Find out what your early termination fee is. It's typically $100, $200. Well, if you're saving $100 a month like I am, you can pay that off in 2 months and maybe worth it to cancel now. Never heard much about Fubo. Any feedback? I think Fubo TV is definitely on the right path. Fubo TV is another one of those live TV streaming services like Sling, like DirecTV Now, Hulu, etc. It's an independent player. No big media conglomerate behind it. They're doing some fun stuff. They used to be more of a sports streaming service. Now they're turning into more of a generic one out there. So keep that in mind. Duke, not everybody's going to see it. It's just most people are going to see the ads. I'm not sure how YouTube determines when I play an ad, what people get the ad and what people don't. But most people would see the ad when I hit play. and it helps keep the site open. So I appreciate everybody who watched the ad. All right, we're switching to the new Spectrum streaming service. 25 channels plus locals for $25 a month. No DVR, but everything on demand. No sports. The service works for us. Yeah, Kathy, that is a pretty nice service. I know a lot of people like sports, but there's a lot of people who don't like sports. And Spectrum kind of has something there to say, hey, if you are not a sports fan, for $25 a month, we're going to give you a ton of channels and a ton of on demand. So it is interesting. It's on my list to try out. I live in a Spectrum area, and I'm looking at doing a review of it soon. But the little bit of testing I've done, I've been impressed with it. I'm a big sports fan, so not a good option for me. But if you're, I know there's a lot of people who are not sports fans out there. Jason says Fubo TV is decent. DVR is really wonky. Yeah, Jason, they're kind of working on the DVR. They just rolled out a big update to the DVR on their website, and they promised that streaming devices are going to be updated soon with improved DVR support. For everybody asking, no. I put a post about this today if you want more details, but DirecTV Now has not set a date for when CBS shows will come. I expect that to happen in September. When Fubo TV announced CBS stations were being added, it took about 2 months. And that would put, if DirecTV Now has a similar experience, that would seem to mean sometime in September, CBS stations will be added. They could be added as soon as tomorrow morning. They could be added as maybe late as the end of September. We'll have to wait and see. Are there any streaming services besides DirecTV Now that have the tennis channel? Somebody help me. I don't know. I want to say there are some other ones out there. The tennis channel is getting a new owner right now, and that may be affecting rights. Sinclair is going to be the new owner of the tennis channel, if I remember that, or they already are, which is possible. I think the tennis channel also now has its own streaming service. Somebody help me out. Any other services other than DirecTV Now that has the tennis channel? How much is MLB Extra Inning? I think it depends on which package, and they're often doing sales right now, Movie Fan. I signed up, and I got like the rest of the season for $19. So check their website every day. They're constantly doing sales on it. It's kind of late in the season, so they're trying to just give deals to get anybody to sign up for it. All right, so I think I've answered all the questions that I missed earlier. Robert says he thinks Sling TV has the tennis channel. I wanted to say that, but I'm not sure, to be honest with you. They have a ton of channels. It's kind of hard, ton of channels. It's kind of hard to keep them all straight. But it's good to see so many people here. We got a ton of first timers, especially on YouTube today. If you haven't followed us yet, please subscribe to us. YouTube.com/CourtCarsNews, especially if you're watching us on YouTube and new. Follow us on Twitter @CourtCarsNews. You can also find us on YouTube or on Facebook, Facebook.com/CourtCuttersNews. Every day we're posting all kinds of cord cutting news, tips, and tricks to help you get the most out of your cord cutting experience. Really appreciate some follows there as we slowly grow it. We're almost at 100,000 social media followers. We're about 96,000, I think, right now. So almost there. Only DirecTV Now has the tennis channel, according to Movie Fan. I think that's right. I'm not sure, though. Colin, MLB.TV, I think it's the Bat app, mostly now on mobile or on streaming players. They seem to be MLB TV on the web, Bat, I mean the apps, same thing. It's the same service. Do you know if YouTube views in your TV through Roku give the content creator account? I believe so, yeah. I don't see why not. A view is a view. World Poker TV has left TV altogether, only viewable on their website behind a paywall. Yeah, you know, just more and more services are going that way. You know, I'm sure World Poker Tour wasn't getting a big chunk of money from FX or FS1, excuse me, ESPN. They probably thought they can get a lot more money by just streaming it online. WWE, by all accounts, is much more profitable on their streaming service than they are with the USA Network deal. And there's talk that when that deal ends next year, the WWE intends to either end their exclusive deal where it will also be on the WWE Network streaming online and on the TV, or just going online, because the profit share is just so much more for the WWE. I expect more services to do that. Has Twitter hinted at any other live sports streams? Well, they did announce that they are going to have a 24-hour sports streaming service called Stadium coming. And it's also going to be on TV, but they're going to stream a ton of Mountain West, Conference USA, Patriot League. There's one other sports league in there too. Ton of football games. Over, I think, 1,000 college sports events every year are going to be streamed free on services like Twitter. So Stadium, supposed to launch, I believe, next week, their 24-hour stream. And they will be streaming on-demand games. They say multiple Saturday college football games will be streamed for free through Stadium, which will also be on Twitter. And they'll be in Sling. They're going to have their own app. You're going to be able to stream it on your phone and on your computer and everywhere. It's kind of a cool deal. Not only that, though, but Facebook.com also announced a deal to stream Mountain West and Conference USA games. I think they're going to do 15 games streamed for free on Facebook this year. The DirecTV Now DVR is in beta. James, they say this fall it will go public to everybody. So this fall, available to everybody. YouTube TV has the tennis channel. That's good to know. All right, about 10 minutes left. Get your last questions in, and we're going to wrap this show up. Make sure to hit thumbs up on these videos, and not just on these videos, but hey, on any of them. It's really, Facebook especially looks at how many thumbs up a post gets, and then it determines how many people see that post. So if you want to help Court Cars News, just every now and then give a thumbs up. It really is helpful. You know, View is a great one for sports. It really depends on what kind of channel you like. For instance, if you're a Pac-12 fan, the only streaming service with Pac-12 network currently is Sling TV. But Sling TV doesn't have the Big Ten network. So shop around. It really depends on where you live and what you want. I see a ton of people hitting thumbs up on this video. I really appreciate that. But don't forget to do it on other posts. Whenever you see a random post every now and then, hit thumbs up. Liking posts when we do stories on Facebook, hugely helpful. More people who like it, more people who see it. It really helps Court Cars News. Olympic Channel is on DirecTV Now. The Olympic Channel is on PlayStation Vue, also on Hulu. Why on Sling TV do I have one channel that constantly glitches? Repeats sound, skips, does all that. I would contact Sling TV. Maybe they're in problem. So they have distributed servers, and it could be the server closest to your house is having issues. Contact Sling TV. Hearst has been adding some more stations to PlayStation Vue recently. You know, I've noticed something recently, especially this week. So in the past, PlayStation Vue used to say, hey, today all Hearst NBC, for example, channels are being added. Instead, they're now like, oh, we added 2 Hearst stations today, 3 Hearst stations tomorrow, and so forth. I expect that all of them will be added. Just when is the question. All right, keep the questions coming. About 5 minutes left, and we're going to call it a day. Any new channels coming to Sling? Entirely possible. Most services don't disclose when new channels are coming until it actually happens. Richard, several other services offer history and discovery. Go to courtcarsnews.com. At the very top, there's a tab called Watch Live TV or something Live TV. Click on that tab, and you have a complete chart of the top 5 streaming services: YouTube, Hulu, Sling, PlayStation Vue, DirecTV Now, etc. And it has all the channels, and it will help you see. You can go down that list and see, I want history, and look at all the services that offer history. Bobo, I don't understand your question. It's a little broken up. Please re-ask that. I'll do my best to help you. Are IPTV and OTT the same? IPTV is stream TV, so Sling TV is technically IPTV. Though in reality, mostly services that call myself IPTV is piracy. OTT is over the top, and that could be anything. That's what the industry likes to call cord cutting. And OTT can mean anything from Sling, a live TV streaming service, to Netflix and so forth. And when they say OTT, they just mean anything that doesn't come to you through a cable. So you're not getting cable TV, basically. Kimberly, I don't think Hulu is going to kill Sling. Sling TV has a massive lead on Hulu. And from what I'm seeing, Sling TV's signups are just growing. They have over 2 million subscribers signed up to Sling TV. As of about 3 months ago, if you added Hulu, PlayStation View, DirecTV Now together, they had fewer subscribers than Sling TV does. So I don't believe that Sling TV is going to die. I don't know what this rumor is. I know a lot of I know live TV streaming services have a lot of big time fans and are like, oh, you know, this service is going to be more successful than that one. I don't think any of them are going away right now. I think all of them have a lot of deep pockets behind them. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But Sling TV by far is the leader. Not even close. Kevin, you know, I don't know why people are so worried. Oh, 5G is going to be so expensive. Google, AT&T, Verizon, Dish, Charter, T-Mobile, Sprint, and a host of other companies are all launching 5G internet. And they all say, Dish is another one. And they all say by 2020, according to their deal with the FCC, they'll be covering half the United States. When you have 10 home internet services, counting cable, counting DSL on that list, prices are going to come down. They all say the same thing. They intend to take on home internet. 5G is being built with the desire that you will use it in your home. And it's going to give you gigabyte fiber speeds. As with all things, even if it comes out a little cheap or expensive, it's going to come down. And I expect it to be very competitive. I expect it to put the screws to cable, put the screws to DSL. So keep that in mind. I do firmly believe that home internet is going to become cheaper, and I think data caps are going to become a thing of the past. Not now, maybe 3-4 years from now. I don't know if T-Mobile has the BIN Sports channel. Vidgo, you know, they keep saying they're going to come out. It's been almost 2 years now, and Vidgo is not on the market yet. Hopefully soon. All right, I think we're going to wrap this up now. I think I've answered everybody's questions. I'm going to do a quick ad over on YouTube because that pays the bill. Thank you. I see we have about 200 people between YouTube and Facebook here right now. Really appreciate having everybody here. Please subscribe if you're new. Ton of new visitors today. It's great to see you here. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing my best to answer your cord cutting related questions. And so if you have any additional questions that you can't be here Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, visit facebook.com. Just look at cord cutting tech support. That's cord cutting tech support. There's a link to it in the bottom of every one of our posts on our website. There's about 24,000 people there. Happy to answer your cord cutting related questions. Feel free to join that group, post your questions, help out other people. If you have been a cord cutter a while, maybe help somebody become a cord cutter. So keep that in mind. All right, everybody, have a great day. We will all see you next week, Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. And as always, thank you for your support. It really means a lot. I love hearing the nice words. I love hearing the stories of helping people become cord cutters. That just makes my day. It makes all this work worth it. So I'll see you all later. Take care. Have a great week. I hope everybody is going to stay dry in Texas with the tropical storm. I know we're probably going to get a lot of it here at the office. So see you guys and ladies later.